Absolutely. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like in the rap world, like all of the rappers that you know that never been to jail and never...
Katt Williams just dropped another jaw dropper, and Tekashi is right in the center of it. Word on the street is the rainbow-headed menace never stopped snitching. Katt's implying certain rappers are still feeding the feds, cutting deals, and playing informant like it's a full-time job.
Never got in any trouble with the law, but they talk as if their life is opposite of that.
Before we go further, quick rewind, because none of Katt Williams' new heat came out of nowhere. The 6ix9ine snitch legacy has been simmering for years. Every time people think the pot cooled off, somebody stirs it again. This time, it's Katt tossing gasoline. You remember the pivot. Tekashi went from trolling rapper to federal co-op in record time. He wasn't built for the life he was cosplaying, but he still slid himself into the 9-tray circle.
Like, those are federal informants, like, you know?
You think they're really out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until the block got hot. When the feds swooped in back in 2018 with racketeering, robbery, and shooting charges, Tekashi folded fast. Headlines piled up. In court, he pointed fingers, identified shooters, and walked prosecutors through gang operations like a guided tour.
That's part of the job, is to acquire those.
Instead of a decades-long bid, he got a short sentence. Prosecutors publicly praised his extremely useful cooperation. By 2019, the street stamped the label on him for life. And yet, after he came home, Tekashi acted like the card got wiped clean. That's where the Meek Mill chapter slots in. Meek was one of the first mainstream voices to say it plainly. Back in 2018, when 6ix9ine's beefs were multiplying, Meek warned him in an interview, "The energy you put out comes back."
It's like saying, you know, if you're playing chess, do you have any pawns?
Translation: stop playing with fires you don't understand. But Tekashi doubled down, calling Meek out online and escalating. By 2020, the back and forth was ugly. Meek went on X and said he hoped the rat would apologize to the people he told on and to the victims. Tekashi fired back with a line about Meek having a newborn but being pressed about a Mexican with rainbow hair. Disrespectful, loud, intentional. Meek called him a keyboard informant, accused him of faking activism, and clowned the comeback single. Tekashi bounced it all back, painting himself as the bullied underdog.
Me, I do not give a f. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Since I came home, y'all know it. I wore my sh.
Then came that 2021 Atlanta parking lot moment. Meek tweeted that 6ix9ine waited outside the club. They trying to get us. The takeaway wasn't who won. It was the pattern. Tekashi loves poking real street dudes while moving like he's wrapped in federal bubble wrap. That's the exact energy Katt Williams has been clowning for years. Katt's been needling this archetype on stage, remember the rainbow wig bit, and in interviews. On Theo Von's podcast earlier this year, he didn't name names, but anyone listening knew who fit the silhouette.
Day one. Yeah, I did it in what? I'm outside. Y'all know I'm outside. Outside.
Rappers who somehow stay outside a cell while playing inside the streets. Working pieces, protected because they're useful. The internet connected the dots in seconds.
I never told on my friends. I don't tell on my friends. Them wasn't my mans. Y'all know they wasn't my mans. That's what hurt y'all. Like, damn, like, he's right. Oh, he's...
Who else is constantly in the middle of drama, shows up around cases, films himself antagonizing people, and somehow never catches the same consequences? The hive mind answered for him, Tekashi. From there, the theory people whisper gets louder. Maybe the cooperation didn't end in 2019. Maybe it evolved.
Fuck you! That's a fuck you! Hey, it was security! This is security? That's security, nigga, you pussy!
Fans point to little episodes, dust-ups that looked charge-worthy but fizzled, brief legal scares that evaporated, improbable access and freedom to taunt. None of that proves anything. It just feeds suspicion. The narrative writes itself. He didn't just snitch once, he's still snitching. One commenter put it bluntly. Katt is telling without telling. It's not only the legal luck, it's the hypocrisy loop. Tekashi has even recorded disses calling other rappers snitches, Young Thug among them, while the most famous label in modern rap sits on his own name. People responded the way you'd expect: pot, kettle. His defense has always been that 9 Trey weren't his real homies, that he was just protecting himself. The streets answer: you traveled with them, ate with them, filmed with them. You benefited, then cooperated. Whatever moral calculus he uses, the stamp doesn't wash off for the culture that stamped it. This is why Katt's new comments land. They didn't introduce a brand new accusation. They validated a long-running suspicion. Katt says the quiet part like a thesis. There are rappers working for the feds. He doesn't have to say Tekashi. The pattern points there. Short sentence, courtroom narration, bulletproof trolling, constant proximity to chaos with minimal blowback. People plug 6ix9ine into that outline, and the picture looks complete. Does that make it true? Not by itself. Allegations are not proof, and speculation is not evidence. But culturally, perception carries its own gravity. Tekashi thrives in that chaos, leaning into the heel roll, weaponizing attention, turning outrage into views. That's also why Meek's warnings read prophetic in hindsight. The energy you cast returns. If your brand is antagonizing the same circles you once implicated, you're playing chicken with people who don't find it funny. There's another layer Katt always touches: usefulness. To institutions, useful people get unusual grace. If law enforcement thinks you have ongoing value, you might feel a tailwind others don't. Again, no paperwork waived here, just a pattern Katt keeps sketching. Some of your favorites are pieces on a board. When a comedian with Katt's reputation says that out loud, it turns private barbershop talk into a public conversation. So what do we do with it? There are 2 stories that people tell to make sense of Tekashi. Story 1, he betrayed the code, saved himself, and keeps doing it. Hence the freedom to stir the pot with impunity. Story 2, he cooperated once, paid the cultural price, and now plays the villain for clicks. Everyone else is overreacting to a marketing plan. Both stories explain the same data differently. Katt's riff pushes people towards story 1. Here's where the moral math separates fans. Was snitching survival or treason? Did he save lives by stopping violence, or merely save himself by redirecting consequences? Is he a cautionary tale about clout and cosplaying gangs, or proof that the industry rewards whoever holds attention longest? Honor be damned. Reasonable people split hard on those questions. What's not in dispute is the timeline: cooperation, leniency, return, trolling. And now, Katt's megaphone turned back up to 11. A few things can be true at once. Tekashi's testimony helped prosecutors, on record. He received a much lighter sentence, on record. Since then, he's courted conflict and survived it, on camera. None of that proves current cooperation, but it explains why the notion lingers. And it explains why Katt's broadside gets traction. It feels like he's naming the shape of an open secret, even if the names stay off mic. So where do you land? Did Tekashi do what he had to do, or what no one should? Is Katt Williams exposing a reality everyone tiptoes around, or stoking a narrative for laughs and clicks? Drop your take below. Do you think 6ix9ine's cooperation truly ended back in 2019, or does the pattern say otherwise? If you want more deep dives that sort receipts from rumors, hit subscribe and turn on alerts. This saga isn't ending, it's just changing shape.